I'm bringing some of the wisest, successful, most inspirational human beings on this planet into your classrooms for your benefit.
When everything was stacked against me, that's when I was at my best.
You never know when the days could stop counting. That's when you make them count.
You gotta shoot your shot.
We all have the ability.
I can do anything I put my mind to.
And they took a leap of faith. These are the answers, the blueprints. I'm providing them to you. I have this heart that bleeds for the youth of this country because we need to learn to lead. We need to elevate ourselves. That's how this world changes. It starts with you. Today we're going to meet decorated Olympian Allison Schmitt and learn about her journey to get the gold.
I was a kid that wanted to play every sport possible. I played basketball, tennis, volleyball. I hated swimming. I absolutely hated it. In the first season I did it, I wanted to quit.
Her first day I said, okay, show me how you do a push-up, and she couldn't do one. People said, well, how did Allison become an Olympic champion? I said, well, she went from being able to do no push-ups and pull-ups to being able to do 3 sets of 8 pull-ups with a 40-pound weight belt.
I kept persevering and working hard, and whether I wanted to be there or not, I didn't want to waste my time, my teammates' time, or my coach's time. I ended up loving swimming.
When she was only a senior in high school, Allison was on her way to the time trials for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. She qualified for some of the individual events, even the USA Olympic relay team. The stage was set, and she was given an opportunity of a lifetime to represent her country in the biggest sporting event in the world.
When I got to Beijing and saw the big stage, I was like, whoa, this is so big, this is so cool. And rather than using that energy as positive energy for my swims, I kind of let it overwhelm me. So I didn't make it on to finals. Even though I had made the Olympic team at 18 and was competing for the US, I still felt like I had failed. I was upset that I was 9th by 1/100th, which is like a hair. I used that as motivation to continue to train.
Well, what it takes to become an Olympic champion is a mindset and an ability to control your emotions under very stressful conditions.
Finding the right mentor can elevate you to the next level, and Allison found the best mentor she could find, Michael Phelps.
I've known him for the past 11 years, and he has seen my ups and downs. During my toughest times, he reminded me to say an affirmation every time I walk through a door. I am strong, I am worthy, I am loved, I am beautiful, I can do this. Once you start saying it, you trick your mind into believing that.
After 4 years of training, Allison came back with a new mindset, and she was ready for her second shot.
I went into that Olympics not really knowing what to expect.
If we discuss a race strategy ahead of time, that's all she needed. But after that, she never needed any kind of motivation or anything. She brought her strengths to the table, which was she's very happy-go-lucky kind of person, and that's how she swam.
And Allison Schmitt, as Rowdy said, that 158.51.
And Allison Schmitt with a nice backhand to bring home the win.
My first medal was a bronze medal. My next race was a silver, and that was my first individual final. So I remember saying like, well, I already have one of the other two, I might as well just get the gold. When I touched the wall, I could see from the pack that I was first, and it was just a rush of emotion. It wasn't just the emotion for myself, but what I had shared from my coaches, my teammates, my family, my friends, my supporters. I still don't really think of myself as an elite or professional athlete. I guess I proved people wrong by working hard and sticking to my goals and realizing that I can do anything I put my mind to. I came back as one of the most decorated Olympians from that Olympics. Of course, it's awesome, and I'm very grateful for it. But I didn't feel that way. I would have done anything to give those medals back and be like, can I just feel normal?
You can be the most talented, fit athlete in the world, and if you don't have the right mindset for competition, you're never going to make it.
A breakout performance.
Yeah, she has struggled the last couple of years since those London games.
I didn't really know where I belonged. I felt empty. And there were many times when I was like, no one would care if I wasn't here anymore. I was living with 3 of my best friends, and I would drive around the corner so they wouldn't see I was home, so I could go hide in my closet and cry. When you think back, like, that sounds silly. That sounds foolish, but I didn't know what else to do.
We just kept thinking that, you know, she'd come out of it or something. You know, she would train hard enough, somehow she would naturally come out of it. You know, when you have somebody who's on the surface so upbeat all the time, the last thing you would think is that she could be suffering from a mental illness.
Two weeks later, I went to a meet in Austin, Texas, and I didn't want to swim. I got last in the race.
She kind of had a breakdown, and we realized at that point she really needed help.
That Monday, when we went back to Baltimore, I went to go see a psychologist. I still was not comfortable seeing a psychologist. When people would ask, I would say I was just at a doctor's appointment.
I think that people are fearful of stepping forward and being judged, you know, for having a mental illness or depression, and they shouldn't be. But the only way to go through it and be successful is to get help.
Having all the success that I could have asked for in my sport, I didn't realize that I could be a depressed person. I just felt like it was me complaining. 5 months later, my 17-year-old cousin committed suicide. I got that phone call that April had died. I was like, April? Like, she's 17, how did she die? And when I found out that she had shot herself, it shocked me. I was feeling this way at one point. I didn't say anything, and here it is affecting our family. Asking for help is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's harder than training for the Olympics. It's harder than going to the Olympics. But it was also the most helpful thing that I've ever done. It allowed me to be free. It allowed me to be myself. And to step back and realize that life isn't just a dot. It's a big picture.
To see her go through that process, to come out the other side a stronger and better person, I couldn't be more proud of her.
My passion is mental health and spreading awareness and trying to destigmatize the negativity around mental health and depression. I had quite a few difficult days, and I'm lucky to have the support I have from Bob, from my teammates, from my family and friends.
Allison has the ability to meaningfully connect with people of every walk of life. She truly wants to help people and make this world a better place, and she's doing it every day.
In 2016, Allison received an award from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration for her work regarding mental health. Since then, Allison has offered her time and skills to various charity events. In 2017, she visited Houston after Hurricane Harvey flooded the city.
A friend who was also in the 2012 and 2016 Olympics is from Houston, and she contacted me and was like, I want to do a clinic for all the displaced families. Right away, I was like, oh, yeah, 100%, I'm there.
How did you feel during the race? Tired, but you really persevered through it, and you finished strong?
That was a very fulfilling day for me, knowing that I can help put a smile on their face. I challenge you to be that lending hand to someone who isn't necessarily your friend. Being kind to someone, being positive to someone does not take anything out of you. Your 30 seconds of kindness could be a positive influence for the rest of their life.
Mental health is serious and affects millions of people. First step you take, the most important one, is reaching out. You shouldn't feel embarrassed to do so. Find that love, find that support. That's the first step to getting better.